Yeah, good. That's great. Um, I don't know if I have any questions right away.
So I know that the audio is kind of choppy in there. It's going to be an interesting test to see how it worked out. If it's, should I move to the other room right now to see if that's any better? Is that, or is the audio doing okay now? Is it still really choppy?
Well, it was a little choppy at points, and then I would like to speed up.
All right, I'm going to try to see if it's less choppy if I move by the Wi-Fi router. Trevor, do you
Mhm.
have audio? Is there any way that you can chat on audio or no? Huh. Um, Maybe Trevor does not have audio. Okay, well, I stopped recording on the first one, so we can always just put that first one online, and then this can just be a private hangout. We don't have to do another one here. Well, and it's a good test because I'm seeing is this better now for the audio? Like, is this audio any better?
I think we have to like wait a little bit to just see if
If it keeps going
it
choppy?
sounds good. It sounds good, but when it would interrupt before, it was kind of a random timing.
Yeah, I would periodically just randomly do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
But no, that was really great.
Thank you.
And you hit your time that you were wanting.
Thank you. Well, it went a little bit long. Oh yeah, it's almost sunset. Let's go see the sunset. Oh yeah, it's getting started. The sunset is starting.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Very
So we'll
nice.
see. We'll see if I'll just keep an eye on it. So Trevor, I guess it looks like you're not able to communicate in here. Um, we'll have to get you set up
Can you
on.
chat
Yeah.
beside like
Let's see. Um, I just texted as well. Yeah, so I thought that was good to go into color profile. I hadn't really gone over that except with you yesterday, Jenny. I hadn't really gone into that aspect of human design in a while, and it
oh,
certainly
that's
adds
good.
an extra lens to it. You know, so and realizing just seeing how like Ra was a prophet, was a priest prophet, or how his prophecy fueled his goal, which was to basically get people to transform through strategy and authority. That was his priest goal, but had all this prophecy and also the resonance with the fourth line at the fourth color level of the prophet, how it was about spreading through communities,
Right.
spreading, and also need. What was the need? And he foresaw so much need in that people needed to know about 2027. They needed to prepare for the coming changes. And so in your case, it'll be interesting too to kind of see how really being a guru for people, the people in your life, how you help them prepare, but you do that also through being locked in, through basically the priest theme. Like you lock into something, and by being so locked into that, you're then able to be a guru for others.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully get information just for um how many like interests I have, right? And like wanting to do so many things, but it's best in it within my design to focus in on.
well, yeah, I mean, but it's you can be locked in. I mean, I have a lot of interests too, and I mean, I wouldn't necessarily pare it down. I guess the second line is also about paring down. It's more just about not giving up. It's about having the
Yeah.
tenacity to stick with it. That's how I understand it. Because again, remember, for me, it's personality. So for me, it's very conscious, and I'm very aware of it. Whereas for you, it's design. So it would be something that's kind of unconscious, and you're not necessarily in touch with that. And so for me, being really in touch with the priest, it's fine if you are a, Renaissance woman and you love music and you love art, you love science, and you have this wide range of interests. That's all fine. It's more about not letting yourself be swayed or not letting your love of something be deterred by people saying, oh, that's not popular, or that's a waste of your time, or, the naysayers. It's basically blocking out the naysayers. That's a big part of it. To really, like, I'm locked into human design. I'm also locked into Jung. I love Carl Jung. I mean, I'm also locked into computer programming, and I do programming all the time. And I have a lot of interests, in music and DJing and so many things, writing, short stories, fiction. I mean, you can have the range, but in each of those cases, it's about kind of locking into what is the thing for you and not giving up on it. And in a way, always giving people the same thing. Like that's what I realized is, like, as a short story writer, I don't have to write the kind of short stories that everybody, all the different writers that I enjoy. I don't have to write every different kind of short story. I just have to give my reader one thing, really, and it can be the same thing every time. It can be it's in that sense, it's very minimalistic. Like in that sense, the priest motivation, the third color motivation, is just about, the priest kind of tells you the same thing you already knew, like you hear Ra do a reading. I have like 20 of his readings. They're all kind of the same. I mean, they're each catered to the person, but they're all about the not self, the hellfire damnation. You're going to suffer. You're going to be miserable unless you follow your strategy and authority. Never trust anyone else. Only trust yourself. Here's the part of you that you can trust. Your whole life, you've been trusting what's not really you. And here are the keys to now trust yourself. And that's what it is. Like, you get the same thing every time. He says it a different way. He uses different examples. It's a different configuration, but you're getting the same point. And that's what the priest really does. And you don't go to the Sunday sermon to hear something new. You go to be reminded, to be realigned, right? And same with me. Like, yeah, I might teach you some things, but really whatever it is, I'm here to kind of energize you and charge you up to have that energy to live as yourself in the face of tremendous homogenizing forces. And to empower you to really, and to share in the empowerment, because I'm collective, it's all about sharing, and sharing the excitement and sharing the experiences and sharing the patterns, sharing the predictions, sharing the logic. That's what I do. I share with you, but it's all for this very narrow purpose, the priest purpose of, like, so that after you've had this kind of session, you go out there in the world and you're like, I can do this. I can be myself. You have undefined solar plexus and you're terrified to confront somebody, but then you go, who cares? Whatever. I'm just going to be myself. And you just, you answer with that, or you have undefined ego and you're really feelings hurt and you go, wait, this isn't me. This isn't me. I'm not actually the thing that has the feelings hurt. This is a mechanism. This is like a mechanical thing that I'm experiencing. And it gives you that power. So it's interesting how it really is, how locking in is like more about keeping your eye on the goal than how you get there. You can have a million different interests, but as long as your eye is on the goal, or as long as you have your plan and your goal, and and again, for you, it's unconscious because you're the guru priest. So you're not actually here to lock in. Locking in is the way that you get to what you're here to do, which is to prepare people for the unknown or the unknowable or the impossible, basically to be a guru to them. Gurus are great for, it's like, when I think about the teacher and the guru, I love that they're all binaries. The same way the priest and the prophet are binaries, and the same way the messenger and the Buddha are binaries. And I love to think about it, how people hire career coaches. And they hire all sorts of coaches. Actors hire voice coaches to work on their voice, to work on how they sound. People hire, speech coaches and design fashion coaches who help to coach them on developing their style. I mean, there's all different kinds of coaches. And basically every one of those is going to be either a teacher or a guru, or at least not necessarily that they will be, but those are the kind of natural coaches, right? And you think about how different they are, and how the teacher is going to, in some ways, like, they're going to cultivate your actual knowledge, but the guru cultivates your wisdom. And it's the difference in knowledge and wisdom. And the teacher is going to cultivate all of the quantitative things and all of the testable things, everything that can be on a test. You can't test the guru. You can't, Like it doesn't show up on a test. When you've had a guru who's actually changed your life and prepared you in this way to hear the call, there's no test you can pass that proves it. With the teacher, there is. The teacher can prepare you for the SAT. The teacher can prepare you for the bar exam. And so this is how different it is, the guru versus the teacher, how they're radically, radically different. Because the guru is really cultivating attitudes, ways of seeing things, ways of thinking about things. You know, there's like a real working with the unknowable, the unquantifiable, the ephemeral. That's the area the guru works in. Looking at the sunset, should we call it? Do you want to call it a night?
I think.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Jenny. Thank you for tuning in, Trevor. Here's the Santa Fe sunset for all the viewers at home.
No, it's so nice
to share this. And yeah, and I think we'll try to do this every week. I don't know if we'll do it, but with my gate 12, I can say I know we'll try. I know we can try. All right.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in.
Cool.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.